Hey, it's Aaron, the home for mobile reviews, A.ca, and today we are going to compare the Rhinoshield Playproof against the Rhinoshield Crashguard. These are two of my highest rated cases, and I figure I'll put them head to head. In the next few minutes, I will definitely answer the question, which one of these Rhinoshield products should I get? Second question that I'll answer is, how much better are they compared to cases from Otterbox, from Spigen, from Tech21, as well as Incipio? And the third question is, should you get the plastic screen protector that they offer, or should you get a glass one? Now, I'll get started with the third question already. I've actually got down here a impact shield by Rhinoshield and a Crashguard. I got Bertha. This is my 200-gram steel ball. I want to drop it from about waist height or chest height, and think the iPhone screen survived? Do stay tuned.
Real usage, real reviews. Mobile reviews, A.ca.
At Mobile Reviews, we base everything we do on actual usage, so there's absolutely no fluff whatsoever. So if a case manufacturer says you can drop it, well, we'll definitely go and drop it. I've personally done some pretty awful things to these Rhinoshield cases, and my iPhones have always come out on top. So which Rhinoshield case should you get? Both these products are tiny, especially when compared to other slim cases. In terms of design, well, one is a bumper and the other one is a fully covered case. The Crashguard is a little wider and a little thicker than the Playproof, but you don't really notice the extra bulk because of the bumper design. Both these cases are extra light, with both cases falling in between 15 to 25 grams depending on the size of your iPhone. One of the neat things about these cases is that Evolutive Labs has gone and created their own materials for use in these cases. The Playproof is 2 millimeters thick, and their custom-made polymers allow me to drop an iPhone from a height of 10 feet semi-face first onto concrete and have the iPhone survive. That's how tough their material is. Now, in terms of build quality for the Crashguard, I do know that Evolutive Labs updated the blend of their materials for the Crashguard since September 2015 to address some of the build quality issues that you may have seen in the reviews on Amazon. I've got a newer version on the left and the one that I dropped from about a year ago on the right, and it does feel a little different. The newer bumper does feel a little more rigid. Evolutive Labs also mentioned to me that one of the worst things that you can do to the Crashguard for whatever reasons is to squeeze it like a toy like this when there's no iPhone in it. This is bad. Don't do it. Getting to your iPhone is a breeze in both these cases. The mute switch cutout is a little larger on the Crashguard, which may make a slight difference for some. It doesn't for me because I use my fingernails to access the mute switch. The cutouts at the bottom of the case are larger than average, so you can use larger cable heads and headphones. In my full review of the Playproof, I did note that the back of the case was actually very slick. Now in my review, the Playproofs that were sent to me were prototypes, and the actual production models have a little more texture to them. I've got the production models on the right, the prototypes on the left, and if you look closely, I don't know if you can see it in the video, the production models actually have a little bit more of a matte finish to it, so it definitely improves the usability of the iPhone in this case. So I guess the first question is, do you go with the covered case or do you go with the bumper? And that's really a personal preference. I will talk about the back of the iPhone being exposed. I have never seen, or the only time that I've seen the back of my iPhone get damaged was a scratch, a tiny scratch across one of my 6 Pluses. It was just a tiny scratch on the Apple logo. That was it. The only other times that I've seen damage is when I dropped Bertha on the glass screen. So out of all the other times that I've dropped an iPhone from 10, 12 feet, from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 feet, I've never seen any damage go to the back of the iPhone. So if you're worried about the bumper not providing enough protection, that's kind of my experience with it. Now, if I was actually being placed on the spot, I would actually suggest going with the Crashguard if you've got a 6 Plus sized iPhone, and the Playproof for the 6. I only say this because the edge of the bumper actually gives you something to hold on to. It's a little bit more texture when you're trying to one-hand your giant iPhone with, I guess, one hand. But regardless of which case you'll get, you'll eventually get used to the slickness. If you're still unsure, the last thing that may sway your decision is the fact that the Playproof can be customized. Evolutive Labs has a buttload of designs right now, and I do believe that they will be offering custom prints in the near future, so you can really make the Playproof your own. Now on to the case comparisons. If you need a full breakdown of each case, do head over to my website and check out the case comparison tool. It will allow you to compare any sort of case that I've reviewed. Now compared against Otterbox cases, the first thing I have to say is don't get the commuter. The TPU sleeve with a removable polycarbonate outside shell is one of the worst designs for any sort of case, and that goes for any sort of case brand that does it like this, because it's just awful. Now when compared to the symmetry, both the Crashguard are smaller, they offer better drop protection, and they are both cheaper. The symmetry also doesn't exactly follow the shape of the iPhone, which may bother some people. Now on to Spigen. I've actually been very impressed with some of Spigen's latest cases. The hybrid carbon and tech cases are excellent. The hybrid tech score just as well as a Rhinoshield Playproof, and even though it's not as tough as Rhinoshield cases, it's much grippier. The Crashguard and Playproof will wear a little better than the hybrid carbon, as the polycarbonate frame snapped after a tiny 4-foot drop. Both the Crashguard and Playproof are definitely better than the tough and slim armors by a lot. When compared to Tech 21 cases, the only case that comes close is the Classic Shell. Again, the Classic Shell is only drop rated to 4 feet, but it's exceptionally grippy like the hybrid tech of Spigen's. The Evo class of cases, the Mesh Sport and Evo Elite, are incredibly average cases, especially the Evo Elite because of its poor build quality. Seriously, $50 for a case and it doesn't even protect the bottom of your iPhone. Brutal. In terms of drop protection, Tech 21 does have the Patriot case, which you can drop from 10 plus feet, but it's almost twice the size of the Crashguard, and it doesn't really let you use your iPhone inside the case well. Now on to the Incipio NGP, which is apparently Wirecutter's best iPhone 6 case ever, and I'm strongly going to disagree. The NGP is about the same size as the Playproof, and the back of the case is just as slick. Surprisingly, and I'm having a hard time that I'm about to say this, is that the edges of the Playproof are grippier than the NGPs. The only saving grace for the NGP is that it's $5 cheaper than the basic Rhinoshield case, but you know, it's only $5, and an extra $5 would get you a stupid amount of protection for your $1,000 iPhone with the Rhinoshield case or bumper. Now on to the last thing. Should you get the screen protector or should you get a glass one? Now I dropped a 200-gram ball from a height of about 4 feet at the beginning of the video. The iPhone is fine, right? And that's the benefit of these plastic screen protectors, is that you can constantly drop. Oh, I totally missed. I totally missed the screen protector and got the edge of the iPhone. Apparently aiming a 200-gram ball down there is really hard. But since this channel is based on real usage and I've got another iPhone 6 right here, I'm still going to prove a point. I'm going to install a tempered glass screen protector on it. This is a normal tempered glass screen protector. There's nothing special about it. It's not Corning or silicate aluminum. If I'm to drop this from 4 feet, it's going to break the glass. If I was to drop it on the same place on the screen protector, on the impact shield, the same place, it's going to be fine. This screen protector didn't even protect the iPhone. I've got 2 cracked screens. Shoot. Now I had to go look at what the hell just happened with my iPhones. The impact shield, as you can see here, the impact was right on the very edge. So this was the 3rd drop that I did on this screen protector, and I totally missed the screen protector. You can kind of tell that I didn't actually install it straight. So this corner that it landed on, it was incredibly unlucky, was probably the least protected corner on the entire iPhone. But again, the impact shield withstood 3 drops from 4 feet, or 2 drops from 4 feet. And this is not the only time I've done this. I've done a full review with the impact shield on an iPhone 6 Plus about 8 months ago, and I dropped it from several feet, not a problem. So this was a freak accident. This, however, the tempered glass screen protector, as you can see, did not hit an edge. In fact, most of the screen protector along the edge here, it's still intact. The force went through the tempered glass screen protector and shattered my iPhone. This crack here, that's underneath the screen protector. So that's just to show you how much tougher the plastic impact shield is compared to the tempered glass screen protector. So there's going to be 2 more things that I'm going to talk about. The first thing is that if I was to drop the 200-gram ball on this iPhone again, the screen protector would provide almost no impact protection whatsoever. If I was to drop it again on the impact shield and it didn't look like this, the impact shield would be fine. Again, we dropped it many times. The last thing I will say is that the impact shield is actually washable. So this is a really good screen protector to get even if you're not going to get one of these Rhinoshield cases, because you can take it off, you can store it, take your iPhone, put it into a waterproof case, and then after you're done doing all this fun waterproofing stuff, you can take it and reapply it. And if it's dirty, you kind of wash it and then air dry it and then reapply it. So the benefit of this plastic screen protector, the impact shield, is really great. So that's basically all I've got. If you found this review video useful, if you enjoyed watching me smash up iPhones, oh, so unlucky. Give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'd be more than happy to answer them. Again, I'm Aaron the Ho, and you can find me on Google+, Twitter, as well as Instagram. Oh, my poor iPhone. Thanks for watching. Again, this is a freak accident. Ugh. Of course it would happen to me. Why wouldn't it? I'm dropping a 200-gram ball from 4 feet with almost no idea of where it's going to land on an iPhone screen. Of course it's going to find the weakest corner. Why wouldn't it?